Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Green. We're doing another Read the Bible in 1 year, day 60, Deuteronomy 29 through 31. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, that way you get updated whenever I post a new video. Like the video and also comment, even if you say thank you, thumbs up, hi, smiley face, whatever. It helps with the algorithm. Remember, I'm dyslexic and I stutter, so just bear with me. Here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 29. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, besides the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. And Moses called unto all Israel and said unto them, You have seen that all the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh and all of his servants and to all of his land, and the great temptations which thine eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles. Yet the Lord has not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxed old upon you, and thy shoe is not waxed old upon thy foot. You have not eaten bread, nor have you drunk wine or strong drink, that you might know that I am the Lord your God. And when you came to this place, Sihon the king of Hebron and Og the king of Bashan came out against us to battle, and we smote them. And we took their land and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites and unto the Gadites and to the half the tribe of Manasseh. Keep therefore the words of thy covenant and do them, that you may prosper in all that you do. You stand this day, and all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and the stranger that is in thy camp, for they hew their wood into the drawers of the water, that thou shouldest enter into the covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, that he may be upon thee as a God. And he has said unto thee, and he has sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, Neither will all you do and make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here, that is this day before the Lord thy God, and also with him that is here with us this day. For you know you have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and we have came through by the nations which they passed by. And we have seen their abominations and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord thy God, to go and serve thy gods in these nations, lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood. And it come to pass, when he heareth the words of the curse, that he blesses himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to thirst. The Lord will not spare him, but the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smote against him that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven. And the Lord shall separate him to the evil out of his tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that is written in the book of the law. So the generation is come up, your children shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from far land shall say, when thou plagues of this land and the sickness which the Lord has laid upon it, and a whole land therefore is brimstone and salt and burning, that is not sworn or beareth any grass groweth therein, like the overgrowth of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admam and Zillam, and the Lord overthrow his anger and his wrath. Even all nations shall say, Wherefore has the Lord done this to thy land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? And the men shall say, Because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord thy God with their fathers, which he made with them, and he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods, and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom they have not given unto them. Yet the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger, and in wrath, and in great indignation, and cast them to another land, that is this day. The secret things belong unto the Lord thy God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and our children forever, that we may do all the words of the law. Deuteronomy chapter 30. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, at the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations where the Lord thy God has driven thee. And it shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children and thine heart, and with all thy soul. When the Lord thy God will turn in captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations where the Lord thy God has scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out into the outermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence he will fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy father possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above the fathers. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thy heart and in the heart of thy seed, and love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, and that thou mayest live. And the Lord thy God will put these curses upon thine enemies and upon them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments which I have commanded thee this day. And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thy hand, and the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good, and for the good. For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book by the law, and thou shalt turn to the Lord thy God with thine heart and with all thy soul, for thy commandment which I command thee this day, that is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven, that thou shouldest say, who shall go up to us in heaven and bring thee unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it to us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh to thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. See, I have set before thee a day, life and good, and death and evil. And I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall be blessed thee in the land, whither thou go in to possess it. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, and I denounce thee this day, that ye shall surely perish, that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and all that mayest obey his voice, and thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is life, and the length of thy days, and thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sweareth unto thy fathers, for Abraham, for Isaac, and Jacob to give them. Deuteronomy chapter 31. And Moses went and spoke these words to all of Israel. And he said unto them, I am 120 years old this day. I can no more go out and come in. Also the Lord has said unto me, thou shalt not go over to Jordan. The Lord thy God, he will go over before thee, and he will destroy these nations from before thee, and thou shalt possess them. And Joshua he shall go over before thee, as the Lord has said. And the Lord shall do unto them as he did to Solomon and to Og, king of the Amorites, and unto the land of them whom he destroyed. And the Lord shall give them up before your face, that you may do unto them according to all the commandments which I have commanded you. Be strong and of good courage, fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he is thou that doeth these things. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And Moses called unto Joshua, and said unto him in the sight of all Israel, Be strong and of good courage, for thou must go into this people, into the land which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. And the Lord, he is thou doeth go before thee, and he will be there, and he will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. And Moses wrote the law and delivered it to the priests of the sons of Levi, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and unto the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the feast of tabernacles, when all of Israel come into appearing before the Lord thy God in the place which thou shalt choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and thy stranger that is within thy gates, that they mayst hear, and they may learn, and fear the Lord your God, and observe to do all the words of the law. And their children which have not known anything may hear and learn to fear the Lord your God, as long as you live in the land which you go over to Jordan to possess it. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thy days approach that thou mayest die. Call Joshua, and present yourself to the tabernacle of the congregation, that I may give him a charge. And Moses and Joshua went and presented themselves in the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord appeared unto the tabernacle in a pillar of a cloud, and the pillar of the cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thou sleep with thy fathers, and these people will rise up and go whoring after other gods of the strangers of the land, or do they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them? Then my anger shall be kindled against them this day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and my evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in this day, Are these not the evils come upon us, because our God is not among us? And I will surely hide my face this day for the evils that they shall have wrought, and they have turned unto other gods. Now therefore write you a song for you, and teach it the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, that the song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them out of the land which I swore unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves, and waxed fat, then I will turn upon other gods, and serve them, and provoke me, and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness, for it shall not be forgotten out of the mouth of their seed. For I know their imagination which they go about, even now before I have brought them into the land which I swore. Moses therefore wrote this song the same day, and taught it to the children of Israel, and gave Joshua the son of Nun a charge, and said, Be strong and of good courage, for thou shalt bring the children of Israel into the land which I swore unto them, and I will be with thee. And it came to pass, when Moses had made the end of writing the words of the law in the book, until they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites, which bore the ark of the covenant of the Lord, saying, Take this book of the law, and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, that it may be there for a witness against thee. For I know thy rebellion, and thy stiff-necked. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, you have been rebellious against the Lord, and how much more after my death? Gather unto me all the elders of your tribes and of your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears, and call heaven and earth to record against them. For I know that after my death you will utterly corrupt yourself, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because you will do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. And Moses spoke to the ears of all the congregation of Israel the words of the song until they were ended. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. You can always subscribe to my channel, click the bell, like, and comment. I'm going to put a couple links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be the Read the Bible in 1 year study. The top left is going to be a playlist I think you might enjoy. The bottom left is going to be a video YouTube thinks you're going to like. If you know anybody that might benefit from this study, please share it with them. You can also share it on social media. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.